why I'm just up here having a brew. Because I'm just doing a bit of a morning card pull for myself, I thought I'd do it on here. I did just do a little mini video of the pictures that I was doing. Well, the picture I was doing, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, I can't remember when I started it. Day is it? I started it Sunday. Still got this picture that I haven't finished off because I need to colour in the background of the stag, and I might expand out. I didn't exactly put this picture in the middle. I don't know whether to cut it out and put it on something else is what I might actually do, just thinking about it, with a different background in the background, because it's so bare in the background, don't know what to do with it. So I may just finish colouring this bit in, so it's a circle, and it's a bit like the moons behind the head, and then we've got green for the heart chakra, but yeah, there's that one. And the one that I had printed on the t-shirt, which I'm just wondering if it is in here. Is it in here? Let me go and have a look. I think it is. Oh yeah, it's here. Here. Let's see. So, I had it printed on a t-shirt because I was testing it out. Now, I didn't do this myself. It was printed somewhere else, and it was too small, and it came out brown for some reason, like a beige colour. And anyway, but I was just testing what the actual picture would look like, even though the picture wasn't finished off. And it was this one that people have seen me wearing, and it says magic is within you, you know, your magic, your energy, and that was it on the t-shirt, and that was my picture. So I see somebody watching, so hi to whoever it is, light or dark. And the picture I started on Sunday was this one. You can see where it's pencil there, and then I've started to darken it a bit more with pen. Don't know how this is going to turn out. She's got a little star earring in, but thought of something last night that I might do with it, which might be quite interesting and rather relevant to the times. And then this was just a picture I did a bit ago on some watercolour, and then I sort of went over with biro pen. I love drawing with biro pen, and then I didn't like it because it I wouldn't say gone wrong, but I was just like, no, it's not right. Some of the things weren't right on it, and I stopped it. But then last night I tried to darken it up a bit, and I thought, yeah, it's all right, but it's just one of them, you know, when you're just having fun doing what you're doing. And then I wrote on it last night, you are part of the cosmos, and it was just this face coming through the colour, like that. So I did that. So yeah, you know, I draw for a bit and then I stop, and then I draw for a bit and then I stop. So that's the one I'm working on at the minute. A lot of my stuff is ongoing. I'm always changing, and I think the title says change. We've got to change. I'm learning to change other things, and there's other things I want to learn to do, other things. There's something that I purchased something that it was in lockdown. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. They weren't right specifically at the time, and I'm not going to let anybody know what it is yet because I'm just going to wait a little bit. I think the weather permitting, but it's more to do with fitness, sort of, but fun at the same time. And I think I've got some now that are going to be better than the ones I had before because they were too thick, even though it's talking a bit coded. But I'm just going to wait and see because it's something that I want to do because it looks fun and it can keep fit at the same time. But we'll come to that when we come to it. And also I could get Finn involved, and I'm hoping that the thing that I'm thinking of getting into, I may be doing this weekend if I end up going, and if I end up going I might film some of it. But even if I don't end up going to the thing, it doesn't matter because it's still a thing I want to do. It's just that they have these places you can go to. And I'm going to talk cryptic because I'm not going to let anybody know yet because I've seen how that works. But yeah, because I've also realised that I've got to get back to the gym this week because I had 2 weeks off. And I'm walking to work and back, and that's 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, so it's quite a trek. And if you're there, please say hi. So when I do go to the gym, I don't need to do as much cardio, so it's just the weight training. But then I kept thinking last night, yeah, I'll go because I can do my leg exercises and certain things which I like doing. But the squats and stuff with weights, high FE, I've got one in my garage, so I thought I'm just gonna see how I feel, and if I feel that it's not worth me paying the gym membership because I can do that bit in the gym because the other bit's getting taken care of, as in the cardio. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but we'll see because it might be, because it's not that much anyway. The fee monthly is not, it's not a big fee at all because I'm not using classes or anything like that. It's basically just the gym. So I think it's something like 23 quid. So to me it's not that bad, but it could be used elsewhere if I wanted to. But I have stopped getting the bus to work. That's why I'm walking for fitness and saving money as well. But seeing your walking to work video, yeah, it gets me out of breath because I do walk fast. I mean when I'm walking I always walk like that, like a pace. I don't like slow walking unless I'm walking on a walk where, you know, you're taking in the sights and you're just chilling out. But when I want to get somewhere, I want to get somewhere. But this other thing I might be doing could get me somewhere, so we will see. We will see. But yeah, I'm just thinking, I've got my walking in the day and the afternoon. I've got my Fitbit, which I think is in the bathroom. Oh yeah, I didn't check how many steps I did actually. I'll find out after and post it. And then could I do, well, it's not could I do the weights at home. I could do the weights at home. It's just that the fellow was saying I probably would have felt more motivated at the gym, but to tell the truth, I don't know if it's made that much of a difference. The only annoying thing is I have noticed is if you go somewhere and it's busy, and depending on what time I have to go at now because of Finn, it was a bit different before because he was away for 3 weeks in Turkey on holiday. I'm not telling you, you're going to have to guess. It's something I tried to get into a bit ago and they weren't right. So I'm going to leave it as a surprise, and I might do videos on it which will be hilarious. Don't know if it's going to work out. Weather permitting, I don't think it has to be weather permit. Well, it does a bit, but I don't think it really matters. I just get wet on the way to work anyway. But yeah, if you're in the gym and somebody's on that machine and you're waiting, it's a bit of a bummer. That's the only thing that I don't like. Is, you know, like you're like, oh, I really want to go on that now. That person's on it. How long are they going to be on it? I've got to hang around, or I've got to go and find something else to do. And because now I don't have to go on the treadmill or anything like that because I'm doing the walking, it's like, But we'll see. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, but it's like, And I do chop and change my mind all the time. And I've noticed people don't like when people are changing things up. And even if they decide to leave something and go back to something, it's all like, oh, that person's changing. Oh, hi, Danny. That person's like contradicting themselves. Oh, that person's this. Oh, that person's that. It's like, no, you're supposed to be changing. And you can go back to something if, you know, you think it's going to benefit you. especially with your mindset and your health and stuff like that. Sometimes we go back to things because we forget, and then we remember again, oh yeah, that I really enjoyed that. And this is a childhood thing as well. But I've been trying HIIT twice. Oh yeah, HIIT's good, yeah. And the thing is with just going on the exercise thing is you've got to find what suits you. Not everything suits all. I'm trying to put something in that I'll be doing, like with the resistance training, but then with a bit of fun as well, even though it's going to work out certain parts, but it's going to feel like fun at the same time, because if it's not fun, you're not going to want to do it anyway. So yeah. And it's funny because I've never really liked cardio in the gym. You know, I'd rather be looking at the scenery. So for me to take the choice to walk instead of getting the bus, and save money at the same time, it's good. It's good. And I also think if I can get this other thing going, it's another inspiring thing to do. It's really, really good for here. And yeah, if it inspires others, and I don't just mean on here, I mean in my community, it would be good. I was told recovery is just as important as the exercise. Yeah, it is. So I'll talk about that near the time. You'll know within a few weeks, because I'll end up showing you. It's not like I'm not going to show you, but yeah, because it's that thing, isn't it? You've got to. People get too on the oh, I'm too old to do this. I'm too old to do that. Let's not talk bad to ourselves and to call ourselves old. We're not. We're just wising up in our wisiness of our golden years, let's say, with the golden age coming in. But our golden years, could call it our silver years, of we don't have to stop something just because people think, or we've been programmed to think, you shouldn't be doing that, you know, grow up, you shouldn't be doing that. It's not what someone at your age does, or, you know, whatever that thing is of the fear they put into people, so people don't do it, because it's like, someone might be watching me, somebody might think this, somebody might think it's childish, somebody might think that. It's like, what would it make you happy if you were doing it? That's what you've got to think about. Not would it make my next door neighbour happy that, you know, I want to do this thing that makes me happy, but my next door neighbour, what they're going to think? Well, it's like, well, if they see me happy, they should be happy. You never know, they might want to do it. Not that my neighbours are like that, they're not. I've got lovely neighbours, but yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. And why would you want to get to the time where you pass over and think, why didn't I do that while I was here? You know, why did I leave it? And this thing I might be doing, I saw someone at 79 doing it, and I was like, well, brilliant. And he was taking no notice of the law why he was doing it. I'll let you know that about near the time, because I was like, the law? I didn't know there was a law on this thing. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah. And it's probably a thing I can talk about of what I had of this thing, so coded, encrypted, when I was a child. But oh, and we've got a 3 and 3 in 33. But anyway, love breaking the law, exactly. So I'm just going to do some morning card pulls and see what the cards say. But yeah, like I said, change. That's how you evolve, by changing. And if people think you're mad, friends, family, or whoever, or they think, oh my God, they're changing, it means they're not the person they were, they're not real. You know, you get a lot of people calling people fake because they've changed something up, or they want to bring something forward that may have always been there, but they were too in fear to do it. You're living in fear, you know. And they're mainly the people who want to change, who don't know how to change, who are probably too scared of what other people think. And it's like, it's not an easy thing sometimes, because, you know, we want to change, and sometimes we have to learn things, and it doesn't always come easy, or the learning of it, of whatever it is, may take a little bit of time. Well, these days everyone wants everything like this, 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 and this. The only way you get better at something, it's like me with my drawings. My facial pictures have got better because I do it quite a lot. I have breaks, but I do it quite a lot. And mine are all imagination-wise. I don't. Mine are not realistic. You know, they're a bit sort of cartoonish, if you want to say, because I just do it as I'm going along. And my fella's friend came round yesterday, and he had a woman's tattoo on his leg, a bit like, you know, I have a woman's face here. And he was like, oh my God, that's like the one on my leg. And I was like, oh, right, let me see. And I went, oh, yeah, like similar. And he was like, that's uncanny. And he was like, oh. And he said, oh, do you just, I said, no, I just sit down and draw, and whatever comes in, comes in. That's how it works. Hi, National. So, you know, like I said, if you just come in, that's the one I've been working on. But I've got better at them because it's like your body has what they call like muscle memory, brain memory, whatever, where the more you do it, the more you'll get better at it. So for people who go, I'm rubbish at this, I'm rubbish at that, it doesn't matter what it is, could be doing anything. Well, if you're only giving it one go and then leaving it because you're like, well, I couldn't do it, or this went wrong, you have to make mistakes anyway. You know, that's what life's about. You know, you make mistakes, you learn from them. Like I say, going about contrast, you see what you don't want to be and you move to more what you do want to be. So if you're just going to give in at the first attempt of anything, then no, you're not going to get better at whatever you want to get better at, because you're not giving the focus, which I always go on about, and the action that goes with that, and keep repeating that a little bit. That's how we all got programmed in the beginning. We've got programmed to do something, to say something, how we learn at school. Hi, Lois. And you repeated and repeated and repeated till it sinks in. It's still the same as the other way you want to learn anything. So, yeah. So let's see. I'm using my Earth Alchemy Oracle deck, which is this one. Connect to the plants and connect to cards to connect to the wisdom of the plants and crystals. Which reminds me, it's raining today, but I do want to collect some elderberry berries sometime this weekend to make a cold syrup. You know, that time's coming in where people start getting the sneezes and stuff. Not to do with anything else, change over in season. And it's very good for you. You can put cinnamon in it. You've got to make sure they're ripe and all that. But I've got a lovely glass bottle that I want to put it in, because I do tend to get a cold running up to Christmas. Same sort of time every year. We've got 5 for 5 in there. And we've got this little card, and it says, I can't even say this, is it Herkimer, Diamond and Snowdrop Resurrection? Well, it says commitment, just a bit like what I was talking about then about, you know, if you want to learn something, purification and devotion. Be pure in heart. We are purifying things. People are still cleansing. I'm still cleansing the house and everything still. Commitment to your beliefs, what you believe in, commitment to the work that you're doing, commitment to the practices that you're doing, as I just said I was just talking about my art and stuff, and be devoted to it. You know, that helps you grow as well. It's a bit like me on YouTube. Thanks for the person who put in, you've been seeing my growth, you know, on here, with whatever I've been going on about, because I'm devoted to, I don't mean I'm devoted to YouTube, I'm not devoted to YouTube, but I love coming on, chatting and seeing what you're saying in the chat, because like I said, most of you are like little family in here now, and you all get on with each other and you all chat to each other. We are in springtime now, Dolly. Oh, are you? Oh, snowdrops. And it's lovely, and the energy's lovely. You know, that's why I say you've got to be careful where you go and what you look at and what you do and what energy you're around. That's on YouTube as well, because I've seen a lot of nastiness going on. I've observed a lot of nastiness, just observing, not saying anything. A lot of nastiness going on, and a lot of people reporting on it. JCK's been reporting on that sort of energy, for those who watch, and with the people that she's been seeing lately, you know, all the lovely people that we've thrown out on here, you know, that we like watching. Laura, you know, just I can never say the HBQ sessions. Everybody's been the collective has been talking about the same thing, and you can see these people by, like I said, what they say, what they do, the people they get involved with, and the people who, like we said, people who put videos out on people and the people who follow them and put videos. I've seen some really nasty stuff going on, and the words people are using are disgusting, very not loving at all. People asking for not nice things anyway on people, and I'm like, oh my god, you know. And when I caught a little bit of JC Case the other day, I was like, yeah, they're going on about, you know, entities, dynamic forces, and these people don't see it, and it is easy to see because you can see it. I mean, like they said, people can put words out. Hi Sue, people can put words out and they can act, but you can really see it. And when they get other people involved and you look at what they're saying and certain words, it was like people don't take responsibility. That's why a lot of people have said on channels, you've got to take responsibility for your channel and what you're putting out and what you're saying and doing, especially about other people, because you don't know who people are watching and what they're capable of. And I've seen what people are capable of. And recently I've just seen something where I was like, oh my God, someone believes this, they say this, and the words coming out of the mouth are pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. But as we know, that's where people are at. And if that's where they want to be, that's up to them. Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of that going on, Danny, and what you've got to, a lot of people are tired as well, is remember to be careful about what you're watching and who you're watching. This isn't just on YouTube, it's the TV and outside in the world, in the street, wherever, because I only commented on someone's video this morning that I really like, and I said, you know, I can look at stuff, I can post stuff, but then I go off and do something that changes my frequency. It brings it up, because you can bring yourself down with that sort of stuff, even though we need to see, it just depends how you are and how it will affect you. That's why you've got to be careful, you know, with what you're watching. If you know something's going to upset you, there's no point watching it, as well. And a lot of things go out, I'm not saying that is to trigger people as well, to get them to react, because I know there's been people that try to do that with me. They still do it, but it's a bit like, that's their energy, not mine. Recently, I might as well just put it out there, I did see somebody put something up, and it was another person who doesn't know me but goes off what others say and was asking for the death of me, which I think is absolutely warped in the head, and it's disgusting. And that's where the people that do this don't take responsibility for what they say on the channels, and they applaud people and big people up and put them up on their channel as if anybody's really listening to it anyway. But the words coming out of people's mouth of what they watch these people, that's the sort of energy they're in. And I think, wow, really nice energy to be in. Yeah, exactly, Effie. When I checked it out, it was a bit all over the place, but then some of those people's energies are all over the place because they're very confused people, because that energy's going about. But you know, just because someone's stating something doesn't mean it's an actual fact and it's actually true. But when that's the difference with observing, not really saying anything, even though I've just said it there. But someone's saying something and it's reflecting in the people that watch them, and then the stuff they put out, and then you sit back and think, really, that's what someone asked for, and that person is putting that out as if it's a good thing, as if to represent this person, and then representing that person's put that out of someone saying that about another, which I think is disgusting anyway, to do that about anybody. That shows where that energy's at, and I hope this person's watching, I really do, or them people, just to put it out there, because it's an energy, not very nice at all, not very nice at all. Yeah, feeling tired. Well, there's a lot of people feeling tired because of the energy that's in, and I can't remember if they call it the KP, the energies that are flying about. They're not all high flying fairy farts and everything. It is making people feel tired and run down and stuff like that. And the crossover in, you know, we're going into autumn, and that's resting time for me. You know, that's what I see that time as. Slowing down, read a book, do something, you know, as I said, be careful what you're watching. Oh yeah, feeling tired and however it's sad that people abuse others, hoping the man involved will be brought to justice. And oh yeah, what you were saying about Danny there will be a lot of people brought to justice in the end, you know, because it's just the way it's going, which is good. Sad lost souls too strong for the Dolly, plus we are here vibration wise, 100%. Yeah, I know you all are, thank you. That don't bother me. I only think, I always feel sad for the others, but I shouldn't, because it's not my energy. But I just think you do think, oh my God, that's really sad that someone feels that way with not knowing a person, you know, especially when they're in another country and never met that person before. But that's the way it is, and that's why so many people are torn and divided, because people are dividing other people, you know. Yeah, it's disgusting behaviour, Janine, but they show themselves up for their true character. Yeah, Sue said she's very tired, and it's all right to be tired. That's the energy a lot of people are in. So that was just to put that out there, because that's just, to me, it's an experience of what a lot are experiencing. A lot of people, bigger channels, good channels, don't think it's big channels they're not, are talking about at the minute. But the only thing I have to laugh at, because you do have to laugh at these situations in a sense, is it's not, if them people think it's doing something, in my life it isn't. And if you think it's changing something by a small amount of majority talking about something silly is changing anything, it's not, because nobody's really listening to it. And a lot of people won't, because as I've said before, it's negative. People are sick of people with negativity, moaning all the time, going on about stuff, you know, constant doom and gloom, as I call it. In these times, no one's looking for that. As I've said before, and a lot of people have said, we're all after the same thing. Well, I hope people are, with humanity and people coming together. And this is why people say, oh, you know, we need this, we need that. People come together. They're not going to come together if people are acting like that. And they're not the sort of people we want coming together, but we will all come together in the end. Our winter was mild, and I think this winter's going to be quite eye-opening, harsh in a way, in a sense of different things, but you know what I mean. A lot of people are fighting with themselves, that's the truth. But this is what I said with change. You can see the people who are changing. Personally, I can see the people who are full of light. I can see the more happy, joyous. It doesn't mean, like I said, we don't get down about things, but you can see it within them. You know, you get a lot of these people who hide, don't go on camera, they do all this stuff. It's very fearful, dark energy. You know, so there again, you could say you can see the people who are in fear. And I hope these people are watching, because you know, it's just one of them. I'm having a brew in a pink cup, Janine. Oh yeah, this was a glass one. It was a glass one from Morrison's. It's glass. I don't know. It's glass. I was like, it's not. Doesn't look like pink on here. But you know, they need to check into their own frequencies. But that's not, you know, a handful of people. That's a lot of people at the minute with where they're going with certain things. So. But what a lot of people don't get is, keyboard warriors, is I think you can't affect someone else's mindset or life unless the person you're trying to affect lets you do it, because they get all up in annoyance and everything. So if that person's aware, I'm very aware, it doesn't work. It only works on the dark side, works on people who are unaware of stuff. That's why a lot of people who are programmed out there, a lot of the masses on all sorts of different levels, because they're unaware. If you're aware, you know, it doesn't work. And that's why I was only saying to Lois yesterday, we go on about the golden age, this, that, and the other timelines that were on, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, maybe this does happen every so many thousands of years. You know, we go through a stage where we're all at a higher consciousness. The dark will always be there, dark and light, and then that evil trickles in again. There'll always be people who are a bit off, but the percentage would be more positive. But that comes in again. But then maybe this time it isn't, because what I think this time is maybe it does stay, you know, they say the world split, there's that side and that side, sort of positive and negative, because the world's never woke up on the mass level. It's waking up green tea. The mass that is waking up now, and I've said this a million times, loads of other people said it, people who can't see it, I'm not really interested, is it was never on world mass like it is now, with people waking up. Yes, there was people awake all over the world, but not in the masses it is. And this has never happened on the scale it's happening to in my lifetime. And if you're as old as, I wouldn't say old as me, I'm 45, you know, in anyone's lifetime really is it happening on this scale of what you're seeing now, and the funniness of it as well, on this level. So as we all know, once everyone starts to learn, you know, what they do, we're talking about the elites here, the ones in charge, not little piddly people, the symbols, how they communicate through numbers as well, so can we, because that's, you know, universal language. People are aware. Yeah, awareness is key. People are aware, so you can't do the things in the secret. They do put it in front of your face, but if people don't know the symbols and stuff, people can see. So it's not really gonna creep in again, is it? Because people can see, they know how they play the games. And there was a cartoon picture in a newspaper years and years ago where obviously we're bent down on the floor and there's a chessboard game, because we know it's like a game of chess, you know, dark and light, checkerboard floor, and the person who is being used as a table just stands up. Well, they can't play the game anymore because they've woken up to it. It's like, right, we're not playing your bullshit anymore. So to me, that's what's going on. That's what's going on in my timeline anyway. I'm seeing people becoming more aware, for sure. They are. And I've said this as it goes on, people are waking up. It's waves all the time. The next wave coming, they're awakening. So it's nothing like it was years and years ago. People saying they were awake years ago. Well, lots of people are waking up now. So let them go through their time of awakening, through all the different stages. You know, be on the sidelines cheering them on, not pulling them down because they haven't said the word you wanted them to say, or they're not looking into the arena you're looking into. At the end of the day, it's all the same. But that's how you can tell the people who, I wouldn't say are really for that, because just because someone's not in their arena, they go on the attack. And that's what happens, especially if you've got a platform. That I've seen a lot of that going on. And it's not nice. But, you know, you just keep doing it. I am the same. I have always been, I feel sometimes. What do you mean, always the same? I mean, I'm the same person, but things are changing that I need to change around me, within me. I want to learn more things. Sometimes I say I'm doing things, it falls away. I leave it. It comes back. I pick it up again, because we also live here, and I have kids and family and things I've got to go and do and work, and the physical world gets involved, but we're bringing the spiritual, so it's working it all out. So you have got to work around all that as well. The more the push narrative, the more, and that's what I said the other day, I feel, and I've always said, the more they push the narrative, the more the media push the shit, more people are waking up because they're going, this isn't making sense. Also, they can't go back on what they've said because they've lied. This goes for a lot of people on here as well. They've lied. So they can't go back on what they said, so people will know they're lying. But the more they show stuff, or the media do stuff, the more people are scratching their heads and waking up. It's not making sense. So either way, they're done for. And that was part of the plan as well. A bit like Mr. B over there. I mean, he's looking like... And the thing that they're trying to bring in here, because Boris has gone, she is the other side of the coin. And I did put it up on my community post, as we all know, because most of them are, and that's where people go, oh yeah, but what are you saying that for? So was Mr. T. Mr. T is nothing like that side of the coin, and that's why they went after him. They tried to tarnish his name. They're still trying to do things now. They were trying to put everything out against him, so people didn't like him. A bit different. Sounds familiar though to what people do. If he was the same side as their coin, they'd all be shouting out how brilliant he is. But, you know, so hang on 1 minute. yes, things can change. Yeah, I don't really talk about that, Danny, because, yeah, there is a thing going on with all that, but, you know, people do what they want to do, don't they? Yeah, Liz Truss is getting hit with a lot right now, and she's only just got in. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to say, is I put the picture up on the community page, and I think I put it on Facebook, I think I put it on here. At the end of the day, she's going to go as well. Because if she is what she is, because people are so awake now, people are seeing it. So they're not going to lie down and take it. This is what this was all for. So people are not lying down and taking it anymore as they did before. I was glad. I've never voted in my life. Not political at all. People think I am because I support Mr. T. That's just because they're asleep. And also a lot of people, especially in America, I've had a lot of haters come over going, oh, why is she so bothered about America? She's not even American. It's like, we can see more that's going on because we're looking and observing. Sometimes when you're in the thick of it, you can't see it, because at the end of the day, if America falls, we all fall. It ain't falling. Not now. You know, easy to see when you're not actually in the thick of it sometimes. Good on you, Dolly. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've just never been interested in it, and it just proves, doesn't it, when you're younger and there's certain things I didn't want to do, but I thought, why am I doing that? You know, and you're getting told of people, oh, why do you not do that? Oh my God, do you not vote? It's like, no, now I know why. Your intuition telling you, isn't it? If there was, you know, times are changing, I don't know how we're going to go with things like that. If we knew it was definitely people for the people, then yeah, we would, but it's not been. Hasn't really been. There's only been probably a couple of people, you know, that were worth it. I don't know who over here, but I know in America, you know, Kennedy. And there was a few others way back, but they were assassinated, because most of them are, like, why is his name just gone out of my head? What's his name? The president way back in America, Lincoln. He knew, you know. Yeah, the current system is broken. That's what was proven when Mr. T was ripped off. Exactly. And if people can't see that now, like I've said, it's fine. You got your head in the sand. That's fine. But you can clearly see there's something going on. Yeah. Yeah, the only time most people voted for Brexit. Remember when people were so in fear about coming out of the EU, and we're like, we don't need it. We never needed it. Oh my God. You know, never needed it. And we knew what was going to happen, because we knew before, you know, the people who were looking into things and researching, and we knew what was going on, and we know what's going on now because it's following that step and you can see it. And that's why I think the people who sort of know that sort of the vibe that's going on with that, that's why we're quite calm, because we're not getting pulled into all that. Yeah, you can look, like I said, I look, but we're not getting pulled into it. Where other people will get pulled into it, they'll get pulled into that energy, they will fear, they will constantly be looking at that same thing. It's like, you don't need to do that. Hi, Yoholo, is it? Happy Great Awakening, everybody. Q is amazing. I know. And more people are into it now, and more people see, and more people talk with it without fear. Some people at the beginning were a bit here and there. They weren't really. They were sitting on the fence to see which way it went. A lot of people did that. Well, if it goes good and it is a thing, then I'll jump on it, but I'm not quite sure. I was sure from the beginning, right from the word get-go. As a lot of you know in here, I have never not been on that. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't need to, but as things progress, if things come out, I will. And there's rallies going on, and that's all cool, and someone's been posting things out, so that's why I get very excited about that. People who come and watch my channel who lurk in the dark shadows get triggered. You're going to get triggered if you keep watching me. So, you know, you're getting triggered by someone who is expressing their feelings for what I see in the world, and doing it with a smile as well. Get triggered, because that's all you're going to see. And the only way, if you don't want to get triggered, is don't watch, is the easiest thing possible. But yeah. but a lot of people have, you know, come to say about that certain letter in the alphabet of, and really there's 17 now, because there's a sort of a, there's 10 watching and 7 thumbs up, take the naught out. I heard that 17 then went a separate direction research wise, and it came back to me, signs were everywhere to dig into. And I heard that 17 then went a separate direction research wise, and it came back to me, signs were everywhere to dig into, so much did, and revealed so much more to what's unfolding exactly, or unfolding. We've got Kevin Malone. I used to date him alone. Hello from the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. Hello, are you new? I think I've seen that name before, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, hi Kevin, and you're welcome. So, we know Mr. T is the best. We know Mr. B is just showing up what, you know, what you don't want, but that's what the people ask for, so you've got to show them. You know, you can't tell them, you have to show them. There's a quote from somewhere. Yeah, I said unfold and I knew what you meant. So yeah, welcome Kevin in. Yeah, I just think it, oh my god, and we've got 117. Still got a bit of 17 going in there. You know, normally when I talk about 17, it's the numbers are normally at the top. Yeah, I've been talking about unfolding. I heard Joanne talking about timelines, and I don't really, I say timelines, but I don't really worry about people like, oh, we're on this timeline, we're in the 5th dimension, we're here, we're there, we're on the 6th dimension, I don't really think about that. I just think, I know I've moved timelines because I see different things. I see more people talking happy things. I just go off and do the things that make me happy to keep me in that frequency, and I don't worry about it because you don't need to fear. They normally say 17 plus Q plus is, I think, yeah, we've speculated, but 17 or Q plus was Mr. T, I can't remember, yeah, JFK Jr. and yeah, whichever way round we said it, but yeah. Right, you've made me want to go and get something. Go and get something. So, for all you, you don't have to be, but for all you JFK Jr., Mr. T, and 17 lovers, I've still got this. Showed my art before, but this was the original watercolour quick sketch I did just in the moments of talking about JFK Jr. When I've done my many chats on JFK Jr. way back, on the whole start of this in, well, this picture was done in 2018, and it was the boy at the side of the road. It was only a very quick sketch, as you can see, but it was more the Tiffany blue coat. And then a lot of you will remember who were with me at the time. If you're new, you're going to hear something new of a poem that I did, the 17 poem. That is just in an old research book. Honestly, I used to write things down. And I think because you have to research yourself, you can hear people say stuff, but this is what I say about people who troll people. You research yourself. You don't just listen to what somebody's saying. And another little research book I had when I did the resurrection of JFK Jr. Loads of different things, but there was a... I'm going to read both of them out because I love them. I've just kept them. I can't chuck them out. So, Tiffany Blue. And I do read this out every now and again. Let me just find it. So there was... This was stuck in a 17 post. I've got to find it now. Where is it? I always can never find it. Is that it? No. Yeah, here it is. And it's written the way it was. It's been spoken the way it was written. If it sounds like something sounds like it shouldn't be there, it's just the way it was. So, in 1909, we lost everything. My father caught on, first to the Bilderbergs, then he caught on the NASA. He demanded to know who the Greys were and why they were here. They killed him. I strategically staged my own death, allied with the one person in this world whom I knew was honourable enough to trust and begin to build the plan. Penance is coming. Regardless of what you think, you are not yet awake. You do not know how deep this goes. If you knew, you would never sleep. Many of you would never go on, because a lot of people say, when a lot of the truth hits, there's a lot of people who won't want to be here. You need each other. You need every one of you. Learn to play nice with each other or be left behind. If one stumbles, pick them up. If one asks a question, give them the answer. This is how we grow. There's no more room in the plan for arrogance and self-importance. If you turn one away, you've hurt the plan. If you hurt the plan, you'll be left behind. We are watching. We see all. There are no secrets. You would never believe the files kept on every one of you, for that matter. You would never believe where they are kept. Prepare for the next phase. Prepare each other. You are one. And where we go one, we go all. We also assume that R is JFK Jr. So I love that, because that was in one of the 17 posts ages ago. Just got the tingles through the body. Yeah, so I love reading that out, because it makes so much bloody sense. Deeper than what we can imagine. Yeah, and I've always said 17 is a lot deeper than a lot of people imagine. They just think it's on level surface of, oh, it's this, it's that, it's something called Anonymous, it's that group that was out years ago. Nothing to do with that. There is an actual scriptures of Q as well that were taken out of the Bible. Just saying. It's well deep. Deeper than any of us can imagine what we're imagining. But, great, thanks, Janine, for refreshing our minds. But we forget a lot. There's so much information. We are in information mode, but there's videos I've done from way back on 17. I totally forgot about what I was even saying. If I re-jog my memory, I was like, oh my God, how did I even work that out? Like what, at the time, because I was up in it. And here goes the poem for any of you who haven't heard it. And if you have, I know most of you like it anyway, so I'm going to read it out again. That side can get triggered, but that's fine. So this was just done in the kitchen one day when I was up in the energy of 17 and really cheering people on. I could say that's more than tenfold, more than a millionfold now of when I wrote this in, maybe it was 2018, I don't know, of what I'm seeing now with people. It's brilliant. So we all came together by the letter Q. Yeah, trigger them. Picked up the breadcrumbs, researched and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light, because the dark is people with not all the information. The light is full information because the light has been shone on everything we need to see. So I'll start again, sorry, I'm not going to butt in. We all came together by the letter Q, picked up the breadcrumbs, researched and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light, we are all Q, and we the people will fight for our freedoms, our families and our rights to live in a world rid of evil. It's all for our kids. So we ride on the Q train. I need to get this out. Q train with POTUS and R. So let's unite together and shout hurrah. The plan of the elite sky is falling down. They never thought she'd lose. They are such clowns. So the rise of the people, like the rise of the sun, is light to the world to show us the way. Truth is here and it's here to stay. This time will be told for years to come, and we are all, sorry, this time will be told for years to come. History we are making, and we were all part of it. It's been so much fun. But we've laughed, we've cried, we've wobbled at times, but we stayed strong and we stayed on the ride. The time is now where we go one, we go all. Patriots of the world, we win, they fall. Oh, I get tingles. Thank you, Q, POTUS and R. You set us free to be who we truly are. We, the people. Sorry, I will just drum that up because I get tingles when I read it. And I think, oh my God, she's a poet and she didn't even know it. I didn't. But I am a creative person. And that was because I was in the energy of that. If I was writing a poem that was shitty and full of horrible things and calling people and it was just a doom and gloom feeling, to me that would, it would be, I'm aligning with that sort of thing. That thing isn't of the light, but it is of the light because it is positive. And it's about we, the people, and it's about us going together. And we win and they fall. And people will get triggered by that. Oh, she's blowing her own trumpet, yeah. I am. Because I think it's a very high vibing, positive poem. You know, if you understand it. Tingles too, yeah. So I just thought I'd read them out because it's just like powerful. To the dark side. Someone will take that out of context, but there you go. Defo get Prince. Yeah, I need to. It's the only one I've done a few poems in the past, but there's the only one who's like kept it there and it's staying there and it's staying in the book with a load of mismatch research all around it. But because that's what it was done in the moment. I wasn't thinking about it, you know, like when I did the painting, it didn't take me that long. It was in the moment of that energy was like powerful. Chat froze. Yeah, it does. Chat freezes. Chat does things. YouTube like to do things. The bots like to do things, you know, they do mess with YouTube a lot. But I don't bother about that. It is what it is. They don't like what I'm saying, most likely. And that's all good. So yeah. So I better get off and go and get some bits done. Oh. We are not this crude matter, we are luminous beings of light. Wow. I can't do his voice. Sunshine's out after bucketing down. It's been bucketing down here, it's just drying up now. So, yeah. Oh, Yoda's my favourite. But, yeah, when this other thing I want to talk about, this other thing that I want to do, I will report on it as soon as it arrives. And I'm wondering if I can use it work-wise, but I'm not telling anyone yet. But yeah. I just don't worry about all that, Danny, because like I said, if you're worrying about stuff, you're in fear. Everything's going to be okay. Bees, I see shit ton of bees where I live, so I'm not worried. And any of the energies that we're putting out, that were Teslas, that would switch to something nefarious, is being switched back anyway. It's people behind it, not the technology, and that's all changing anyway. So if you keep thinking on things, it's going to bring that energy. And as I said yesterday, your auric field around you, if you get holes in that, it comes in for like psychic attacks, entities and stuff like that will attach to you because the feeds off the fear. Any fear that comes in, go and watch something else that vibes you up, or go and do something that you love doing, or go back to when you were a child and think, what really made me laugh, what really brought some fun in. Go and do it and get out in nature, because nature's one of the best healing things. Don't be sitting in stuff. And there's a lot of fear-mongering people out there as well who'll be like, you know, it's the last days of blah, 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 blah. It's, you know, the apocalypse. That means everything, you know, the truth is being shown. That's all that is. Use big words, sound scary, but they're not. The end of the world as they know it. Just don't. Oh, wise are we, lights of truth we be. Yeah. Oh, wise are we, lights of truth we be. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's you know, the more light you shine, the dark tries to put it out, but it can't because the light's just too strong. It like burns them. High vibes and much love all. Yeah, thank you, JP. So, like I said, this is why I keep repeating myself in this. I'm like a broken record of be careful what you're watching, who you're following, what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're taking on board, what thoughts coming in, chuck them out and think of something else. Right, well, Danny, you need to get back out in nature and go and do some observing. Don't mean you have to be catching anything, but just get out in nature. I would advise that right now or after work or at the weekend to go and have a little walk out and just spend a lot of time in nature. Even if it's raining, get one of them pop-up tents that you can just sit under somewhere near water or somewhere nice and just, me and my fellow have done that. We've took our drawing stuff for us and just done that. Observing nature is brilliant. That's why I love sitting in my hammock observing nature. I just feel like I'm part of the air because you're off the floor. I know that sounds mad. You feel like you're levitating. It's so comfy. And at night it's beautiful. There's lie back. You don't want to be cricking your neck in a seat. You've got a sunbed thing, a lounger that goes down brilliant, but it's just something about a hammock. You just feel one with, I don't know, you just do. I do. I don't know why, I just do. The sun is shining here in Denmark right now. That's the silver lining. So be happy about that. And go and observe nature somewhere. If you haven't got a lot of nature around you, just go somewhere where there's a bit of greenery or sit near a tree or something. Hammock life is amazing. I'm lucky because if I wanted to sit out at night, we used to have a gazebo that got broke once at camping. I think my fella's got like a, what's like a thing, I don't mean a tap, but like a thing you could put over the washing line. You could actually sit under it. You can still get away with sitting in the hammock in the UK. But something about hammocks, oh my god, they're so comfy. You feel swaddled, do you know, like when you're a baby in your mummy's womb. So yeah, it's nice. So yeah, I just came on to bring a bit of energy to tell you all not to worry. If you're tired, you will be. It's not all down to, you know, people think, oh, I'm tired because of this and because of that. There's a lot of energies coming in. And this is why you've got to power up with, like, saying, be careful what you're watching, doing, saying, speaking, being, what you're taking part of, what you're getting others involved in. Like I said before, I've observed people getting people involved with stuff, and it is not looking good at all. But what do you do? Just one of them, you just soldier on. I feel anyone who's getting that sort of energy should feel very proud of themselves, because Jesus was, they tried to trash Jesus, you know, they're trying to trash Mr. T, they try and trash a lot of people who are, you know, putting good intentions out. So if you're in the energy of that, we all know how that feels. And a lot of people, if you didn't know how that felt, you do know how it feels, because a lot of you went through it in the lockdown, with what people were saying again to you, why you didn't want to do something they were telling you to do. You know, a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people kept strong with their, you know, their inner self and what they felt right was right for them. That was right for them, that's right for them. But a lot of them weren't mad at people, you know, as we know. So going to check out some valleys. I know I've got to check some valleys up. My dad said something. Got to check some valleys up because I know there'll be some juicy codes in there. Yeah, but just rest up. Danny, be careful what you're absorbing. Get out in nature, and I'm going to be doing some drawings later on stuff. And like I said, I think I may have something new to talk about. What I was trying to talk about at the beginning. So you're welcome, Danny. I will talk about that when it happens. So before we go, I'm just going to give you a bit of a tuning. 528 hertz. The bowls sounded all right the other day. I checked, they sounded, yeah. So I was breathing. Effie was in the pharmacy today showing his smile. Exactly. Nice to see people, you know, smiling. Don't think this is the, hang on, don't think this is the right. It might be that. Let's do a bit of aura cleansing for you all, especially Danny in the chat. Hang on. Bit of distance clearing, healing. Just going to do it a couple of times. So I keep whacking it with the wood. Hang on. This isn't the right beat for it, I don't think. Sorry, just bin men are outside. So yeah. Oh, right, before I go, I've just missed a card deck out. I've missed 2 card decks out. Before I go. Oh. Thank you, Effie. Your distance breaker definitely works. Thank you. Yeah, it's quantum, baby. Quantum. Right, I'm just going to pull one out of the... You're welcome, JP. Thank you for that boost. You're welcome, Lois. This has come out. Looks like people saying about being tired. Someone having a snooze. I am rediscovering the art of allowing myself natural well-being. It's all about well-being. I'm going to read the back. We call this discipline the art of allowing. It is the art of allowing the well-being, which makes up every particle of which you are and that which you come from, to continue to flow through you as you continue to be, whole. Because that's what well-being is about, being whole. Bringing that wholeness back in. There's a lot of people that are not, and I said we've all got to be working on self all the time, mind, body and spirit, to bring that wholeness in. We then become the wholeness of a well-rounded person. And then things, you move better in a circle, don't you? If you're a square, you're gonna, it's not like the wheel moving, is it? It's like tongue, click, click. I don't know, that's just coming in. With a complete circle with no holes in it, no gaps in it, you're gonna get on, you're gonna roll quite smoothly. You're gonna flow quite smoothly. So I don't know. Hi Jimmy, I'm going in a minute. But yeah. And then I've got one out of the Sacred Care Oracle, because it is about, self-care. I'm definitely well-rounded. You know what I mean? We've got sing. I was singing. We know, sounds healing. That's why when you sing out loud, you feel good. Try that if anyone's feeling down. Make a song up. We had a chicken the other day. Yes, I do eat meat. That doesn't mean you're unspiritual, but whatever. And it wasn't like the tasty chicken we normally get, so I had to put my own herbs on and stuff. And I sang to it. And if you put your intentions on things, with food as well, your house, anything, it tasted better, and it did. And what song was I singing to it? I think I was singing Walking on Sunshine. It was either that or the Annie song, Just smile. No, what's the Annie song? Reminds me of my nana. And I do know all about that, but what was the sun will come out tomorrow? I think it was I think it was Walking on Sunshine. I can't remember. Singing to the chicken. Yeah, and I was thanking the chicken for its deliciousness. You know, speaking in my head and speaking to it. And I did tell my fellow, I said, I have sang to the chicken, you know, because I don't normally deal, I know it's mad, don't normally deal with taking the chicken out of the bag, because I normally get the chicken in the bag. So anyone who's vegan and all that, or whatever, vegetarian, it's fine. We've got 10 and 10 there, but I don't normally have to deal with that. But I did. So I massaged it, the herbs all in, and I sang to it. And it was well nice. So yeah. I knew what you were saying, Effie. That's why I was laughing. Aren't we all? You've got to have a bit of padding in these times, I'm telling you. I think it's a bit of a defence against all the frequencies. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, anyway, no, I was just having a laugh. We've got clear your energy field. We were just doing that, and I did it the other day for you, but remember to be clearing your aura, your field around you. You know, that some people see, I can see bits of it. Some people don't see. You can feel it if you don't see it. But there is a field of energy around you. There's energy around everything. Energy's everywhere. You know, particles everywhere. And like I said, if you're bringing in negativity, you're gonna break your aura. It's like you get tears in your aura. Things are gonna come in. So you've got to cleanse it, because you don't know who you've been around at work, on the bus, down the street. Everybody's just like walking energy everywhere, and depending on what that person's in, doesn't mean because they're smiling, they might have smiled at you. I'm not saying everyone, but they still could have things attached. So it's like you've got to cleanse your aura when you come home, especially when you come through the door. That's why I have an even eye pendant over my threshold before you come in. It's been there for years, and I made it myself, and I cleansed that a while back. I've shown it on here before, and I did a full sage the other day, the whole house, because even your partner's not bringing stuff in, your kids are bringing stuff in, they've been at school all day with other kids, we've been around parents, and depending on what was said that morning, all that sort of energy that comes in. That's why a lot of people cleanse and do things, you know. I mean, I know anyway, specifically my house is quite a light filled house, and it's a lot of like this one thing I love about my house. That's why I have white walls as well, reflects the dark. It has that vibe in it, and I know it's already protected, but I still do them other things anyway. Yeah, thank you, JP. So just do one more, because you know I like number 3 normally with the cards. I might try and come on this week. I'm only saying I don't know what day. I'm not putting that out there anymore. I might do a big deck reading, you know, a big one. Oh, and we've got intuition, as we got the other day. I think we've had this 3 times now, because a lot of that is kicking in for people. You don't listen to what other people are saying about, you know, you must do this and must do that. Listen to your own intuition. A lot of it will resonate because you're having that same sort of message being given to you by yourself. But listen to your intuition. This is why I say be careful and cleanse your aura and stuff, because you will get other thoughts and stuff that come in that are not actually yours. You know, people go, oh, I was getting this message, they're not always yours. Yeah, got a feeling. It's all the same, intuition, you know, we all use different words. But it will always tell you, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to go now. I'm feeling like one more, don't know, one more. Oh, we got that the other day as well, dream journaling. Dreams give you messages. If you don't have a dream journal, you don't have to. A piece of paper and a pen, because sometimes you have dreams and you always think you're going to remember them in the morning, and I don't need to write them down, and you totally forget unless something triggers you and you remember. But it's good because you will get messages. This is why I said just before I go, because I love talking about that dream I had with Mr. T ages ago, where he was in a field, and in the dream I was thinking, I don't know what's going on here, and then after I was like, oh, you know, you need time to reflect. He was in a field, I know it sounds mad, with no top on, and he actually had a younger sort of torso and everything, but he was bathed in golden light. And Melania was there as well, and it was really weird because she had this like see-through top thing on. But what the message I got in was the reason why he had no top on. I can't remember if he was holding something. She had a box with something in. I can't remember what I said a while back, but I just remember that bit with it. It's because he was being very transparent. Like today, you know, they've been going after him for lots of things like they are trying to now. He's been transparent. There's nothing he's hiding. He's not got something stuck up his sleeves. That's why he had no top on. She had a see-through top on because she's just as transparent. They're not hiding anything. You know, they're not a part of the flip side of the other coin. They're not. And the golden, the golden light was the golden age, the golden energy, gold back, silver back, all that sort of golden stuff coming. You know, the golden age we talk about, the age of enlightenment, the age of enlightenment. You know, the age of light, the age of light. Light means truth. Light stands for information. Light is everything to be seen. If you're in the dark, you're not, you know, people who are in the dark, a lot of people who are still in the dark about truth, they're in the dark because they're not getting all the light. They're not seeing it all. But once the light is shone on the dark, which is what's happening at a very fast rate now than it was a few years ago, people are beginning to see. And the dark can't reside in the light anyway. So, you know, it was that. I have to find that video, but if anyone remembers High Rescue, when I had that dream, it was something about Melania with a box. I can't remember. But then again, it makes me think of the box that Michelle Obama got with the Tiffany blue box, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. You'll only know what I'm talking about if you're into that, you know, the 17, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, so the first one is clear as day, but the second one was not as clear. Oh, what, you mean a dream? I had 2 dreams with Mr. Tina. A lot of people have had, you know, hi Reverend. It was really funny because I remember a lot of people having dreams and I thought, oh, why hasn't he come to me in a dream? And then not long after he did, but that's not surprising, is it, with what I talk about? So, yeah, it was funny. Oh, it was really funny the other day because someone got hold of me on my phone and I was like, who's that? And they were like, did I meet you at a Tommy Robinson rally like the other day? And I was like, no. Though I did used to speak about him a while back because obviously that goes along with a lot of this and what's going on and all that. Still, he's still going. I'm still going. We're still going with it all. So I said, no, but you know, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go because I've been on for a bit and I've got a few bits to do. So I will see you all soon. Like I said, I'll try and do a big reading this week and I will be posting. I might come on and show you a bit of how my art's getting on. But remember, you are all part of the cosmos. We're all in this together. See how the colours and the energy swirl, and that's what we all are together. And if you haven't gone over to my community post, go and find the video of where I did the quantum healing session with Unbiased on the Fence and just listen to it. I'm not on it. You can't see me on it. You can listen to where I went to when they do it's the Dolores Cannon. What would the right word be? Hypnosis healing that she did. I had that done on me a few years ago, 2 years ago I think it was, and it makes more sense personally to me because the messages were a lot for me, but a lot of you might understand it and be like, oh my god, especially with energies what's perceived as other dimension, you know, beings in other dimensions or parallel next to ours. Yeah. And the only one thing I do want to put out there, don't get triggered, people. I know a lot of you won't in chat. So a lot of you'll know I went through all the flat earth stuff and I'm still residing on a realm. That's personally what I believe. But I don't stay there fighting, you know. But there was a map sent out. Now I always thought this when I'd heard of that ages ago was the one where, and it makes more sense now to say Middle Earth. Like we're in Middle Earth. So we're there with all our countries. You've got the ice wall. I'm just putting it out there. It says 1111 now just because it just makes sense to me. And if it is, it is. And if it isn't, it isn't. I'm not arguing about it. And then beyond there, there's other realms of like land. So extraterrestrials, extra terrain, that way. But they're not coming from up there. They're coming from It looks like they're coming from up there because they're flying over land from somewhere else. You know, when you see all the films and it goes, you know, like Dark Crystal and all that, you've got the 7 clans, like whatever, and it could go on and on and on because the world's bigger than we've been taught. So our little circle, that it looks like when you look down, because you never see the sphere. NASA, sorry, they don't show you the sphere, they just show you a disc. That's what I've always said. I'm not really bothered what people think, but that plate there, when they go up, you see that way. You don't, I've never seen it spherical myself. But who knows? I've never been up there, but I'm just saying, I just needed to throw it out there. Tolkien knew a lot. I can never say that word probably not a lot about. It's all based on what's happening and has happened before. Yeah, and I think all this has happened before, as we know. That's what I was saying about the Golden Age thing. Maybe we don't have to repeat this again because the masses are waking up and they weren't en masse before, so they know that to keep us in a cycle and keep us in that cycle of repeating. A bit like, you know, when we're reincarnated, we're repeating it again, we forget, we wake up. There's not enough people, but I believe there is. And I believe it doesn't have to be hitting such a massive mass. There's just a certain mass it'll hit and the rest will just come over anyway. It doesn't have to be the whole of everybody, even though we are going back to wholeness. That probably doesn't make sense, but it does to me. There just needs to be a certain number. People go on about it being 145, all that, just whatever. Could mean anything, you know. So yeah, that reunited me off in that realm, and I was like, yeah, that, you know, I even said to me, fella, you're not allowed at certain places there. And he's like, you are? I went, no, you're not, you try, you'll get sent away. But yeah, but that's just my thoughts on that. I've talked about that in the past. So I'm going to go, and I'll see you all later. Have a lovely Tuesday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.